Hey guys, welcome to the quick clip. Today is titled Grafted, which means a bud or shoot of a plant inserted into another plant to form a new plant. I've been doing a study in Romans lately, and in chapter 11, Paul uses an analogy of grafted olive branch trees into an olive tree to make a whole new tree. The olive tree is similar to that of the kingdom of God. It starts off small in the beginning of time, but as time progresses, the kingdom of God is continuing to grow. But God is also pruning the olive tree and taking off the branches of the unbelievers. As He takes off the branches of the unbelievers, He also continues to graft in those of the believers. In chapter 11, starting with verse 17, it says, "If some of the branches have been broken off, and you, though a wild olive shoot, have been grafted in among the others, and now share in the nourishing sap of the olive root, do not boast over those branches. If you do, consider this. You do not support the root, but the root supports you." We have to remember that God, who is the root system, is actually the one giving us all the nutrients we need. If we were apart from Him and apart from that root system, we truly wouldn't even be able to live. And just as the unbelievers are cut off from that life source, we have to remember that we as believers are only worthy of it because God is the one who chose to graft us into the kingdom. Verse 19 says, "You will say then, branches were broken off so that I could be grafted in. Granted, but they were broken off because of their unbelief, and you stand by faith. Do not be arrogant, but be afraid. For if God did not spare the natural branches, He will not spare you either. Consider therefore the kindness and the sternness of God. Sternness of those who fell, but kindness to you, provided that you continue in His kindness. Otherwise you will be cut off, and if they do not persist in unbelief, they will be grafted in. For God is able to graft them in again." The awesome thing about our God and the root system of this olive tree is that it's never too late for God to graft in another branch, and there's always going to be room for one more branch. So don't give up on praying for your friends. God will continue to graft in branches as long as there's believers coming into our kingdom, and it will create this beautiful new olive tree. So make sure you guys continue to reach out to your friends so that their branches may be grafted in to His source of life and His root system. An olive tree can be productive in its olives for several hundred years. I think that's amazing because there's generations and generations of Christians and believers grafted into this olive tree, and their fruit has been produced in your life. And now we have the opportunity to continue to help bear fruit for the next 100 years. We can continue to tell our friends about Jesus Christ and allow them to be grafted into His kingdom, so that our children and their children will continue to produce fruit, and many more branches will be added to the kingdom of God. I'm really proud of you guys, and I think you're doing an awesome job being a missionary right on your campus, taking advantage of every day being an opportunity to share the hope and love of Jesus Christ to your friends. So always remember that God is your root system and that He is the one who chose to graft you there. But don't allow yourself to be the only branch on this tree. Continue to pray and reach out to your friends so that they may be grafted into His amazing root system. Now for some bloopers.